A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Wa ma khalaqtul jinna wal ins illa liya'budun. Wa ma khalaqtul jinna wal insa illa liya'budun. This quite common verse, I think very common verse, where, because if we go to, I'm not sure about elsewhere, but in Malaysia, if you go to any school, the syllabus have this question: what is the purpose of life? And this is basically the answer scheme, right? So we know this verse, but let's question ourselves, have we fulfilled this verse, right? So ibadah, liya'budun, servant of Allah, etc., right? Now, interestingly, okay, here I would like to bring together the next verse. So we know that verse from Surah Az-Zariyat, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. But I'm not sure how many of us are familiar with the next verse. مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُمْ بِالرِّزْقِ وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَن يُطْعِمُونَ. Now, from the highlight here, Allah says, on one hand, our purpose is this one, liya'budun. And then, مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُمْ بِالرِّزْقِ وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَن يُطْعِمُونَ. And Allah highlight two things that should not be our purpose. And if we put side by side, one is liya'budun, become servant of Allah. One is the issue of rizq and the issue of putting food on the table, in a way, right? And realizing it or not, most of us, Muslim, non-Muslim, whoever, we are busy throughout our life is on the issue of rizq and putting food on the table, right? Meaning, because we secure our education, etc., and until the end is for that issue, right? So if we read this verse, it should, because the first time I realized this, it become a shock, right? Meaning that Allah directly attack the thing that I'm busy with. You're busy with your rizki, you're busy with your putting food on table, right? Should that be the case, or how to understand this? Now, when I share this verse, most of the response that I get is this: but brother, seeking rizq is part of my responsibility as a servant of Allah anyway, right? So what's wrong with that? I'm not saying it's wrong, basically. I'm just saying that, how do I understand this? But here, this sentence is very correct, and we should highlight this. One off, right? One off. So if you're saying one off, so inshallah that should be done. Meaning we shouldn't, I don't know my rizki, I do not put effort to secure job, etc. That's wrong. But when you say one off, what happened to the rest? Where are the rest of the responsibility, right? So that's the question. Because it is different when we say, I'm focusing on this, I have my time allocated on this because this is one of my responsibility. But it's different that you claim that, but it's just an excuse not to do something else.